Dimitri is rendered unconscious inside the truck. Kraven catches up, knocks the truck off balance, and climbs aboard from the outside. Kraven is knocked off the truck but quickly recovers and catches up, fighting back.
What is happening right now?
Kraven joins the fight, leading to an epic clash of titans in a fierce melee. Today we delve into the details of Kraven the Hunter full movie recap. If you're new to this channel, please do subscribe and let us know where you're watching from in the comments section. Your support is greatly appreciated, my dear friend. Thank you. The movie opens with prisoners traveling to a Russian penal colony. At a gas stop, they get 5 minutes outside. Prisoner 0864 briefly goes missing and found afterwards, but a guard warns escape is futile. Wolves would have torn him apart. The journey ends at the Russian penal colony, where prisoners are greeted warmly. Prisoner 0864, however, faces his cellmate who dislikes sharing. The new prisoner insists he'll leave in 3 days. The cellmate agrees on one condition: no sitting together at lunch. The next day, the new prisoner overpowers 2 bullies. Restrained by guards, the prisoner meets the bully's boss, Semyon Chorny, infamous for mass killings. Introducing himself as a hunter of men like Semyon, the prisoner reveals his real name,
Kraven,
and swiftly eliminates them all within seconds. Guards join the chaos as Kraven fights to escape. His cellmate is overwhelmingly surprised to see him leave in 3 days. Amid flying bullets, Kraven cleverly slips away, vanishing into the chaos. Fleeing into a winter storm, Kraven encounters a starving wolf. Calming it with a telepathic signal, he moves on to a waiting private jet in disguise. Once aboard, he reveals his mission: assassinating Semyon Chorny.
bad for him.
Rubbing off the fake skull tattoo, he admits posing as prisoner 0864, later found dead by guards. The deception was all part of the plan, leaving his enemies unaware of the real threat. 16 years earlier, young Kraven, known as Sergei Kravenov, and his half-brother Dimitri were picked up from St. Michael's School in New York by their father, Nikolai, who shared devastating news.
Your mother is dead.
Their mother had died by suicide, an unspoken abomination. To distract them, Nikolai took them hunting in Tanzania's northern game park, shifting their focus from grief to survival.
Careful with those.
In the game park, Calypso and her grandmother share a serene moment. Her grandmother reveals mystical cards that foresee the future but warns they require skilled hands. Calypso draws 3 cards. One warns of an impending accident, another of strength amidst danger.
A potion.
Her grandmother gives her a potent ancestral potion,
Very powerful.
saying she'll know its purpose when the time comes. As Calypso ponders, a gunshot echoes. On their hunting trip, Nikolai teaches Sergei to be fearless and strong,
Never fear death.
while Dimitri feels overlooked for his weaknesses.
Don't look so weak.
That night, he confides in Sergei about their father's unfair treatment.
There's nothing I can do about that.
Around the fire, Alexei jumps at a distant roar.
Legends of the one who can't be killed.
Bari comments that despite Nikolai's efforts, some lions resist being hunted.
Why do you hunt Nikolai?
Nikolai, serious, says he pays for hunts and that those who kill legends become legends.
Comes legend.
The next day, Alexei asks Nikolai to partner in business,
I want you to be my partner.
but Nikolai refuses, saying he only works with recognized people. He tells Alexei to stop wasting time. His focus is on teaching his sons to hunt, leaving Alexei frustrated.
So be quiet.
While hunting alone,
True legend would fight fair.
Sergei and Dimitri encounter a legendary giant lion.
Get back.
Sergei protects Dimitri, but their father arrives and shoots the lion, disrupting their moment of survival. The lion flees, carrying the injured Sergei deep into the forest. While Calypso's parents enjoy giraffe views and take photos, they're shocked to find her missing from the vehicle.
Calypso?
Sensing something wrong, Calypso discovers a lion hesitating as it drops Sergei, its blood dripping onto his wound. After the lion leaves, Calypso rushes to Sergei, finding him in a coma, dying slowly. She gives him the powerful spiritual potion from her grandmother, calls for help, and leaves a tarot card with him.
Everybody's clear. Shocking now.
At the hospital, Sergei is declared dead. Miraculously, he wakes up 3 minutes later. The doctors can't explain his recovery but hand him the tarot card found with him. His father and brother arrive, and the first question from his father is sharp.
Why did you not shoot?
A proud man, he refuses further tests and treatment, insisting on taking his son home.
Sergei.
In their home near London, Sergei reads his mother's letters blaming their father for her suicide. Afterward, he meets Dmitri, who humorously mimics their father's voice.
Almost got your brother killed.
Nikolai was displeased when Sergei showed fear instead of shooting the lion. He blamed Sergei's mother's weakness for this and decided Sergei should stay with him to become stronger for their future business, while Dmitri would return to school in New York. Nikolai gave Sergei the lion as a gift, thinking it would please him.
You never have to be a friend again.
But Sergei grew angry, scolding his father and running to his chambers.
Sergei, get back here.
Ignoring Dmitri, he noticed his features becoming more animalistic as he instinctively responded to an eagle outside the window. Sergei grabbed his passport, the tarot card, and the potion, planning to escape. At the rooftop, he tripped and fell but landed without injury. Feeling something was off, he approached Dmitri on his way out and apologized,
I'm going.
explaining he was leaving to a secret sanctuary their mother owned in Russia, far from their father.
Go.
Sergei boards a cargo ship to Russia, and the crew allows him on, sensing he's on the run. He arrives in the wilderness. Using his heightened senses, Sergei spots fast-moving buffaloes in the distance. He stands still, scared, but to his surprise, one buffalo shields him from the others. Afterward, the buffalo quickly runs off, leaving him stunned. Sergei finds the place, recognizing it from childhood with their names carved on a tree. He found the sanctuary, but it was destroyed. At night, Sergei rests but is haunted by his father's voice, rebuking his mother. The anger grows, awakening the predator inside him just like his father. Chasing a prey, he fails to catch it. Across the valley, using his enhanced vision to see clearly, he spots poachers killing buffaloes for their horns. As Sergei gets closer, the animalistic side of him refuses to let anyone harm the creatures. In seconds, he overpowers all the poachers at once. Crossing that line brings us to the present. Years after his mission to kill Semyon Chorny, Kraven reflects on how his life changed when a lion mauled him in Tanzania. Physically and emotionally scarred, he rejected his father's criminal path. Instead, he became a vigilante, silently taking down powerful criminals. He stays in touch with his brother, Dmitri, and turned their mother's destroyed sanctuary into his armory base. In the same area, poachers continue killing buffaloes for their horns. They're confronted by Kraven, the poacher hunter. His only question, why kill animals just for their horns?
Because we can.
Wrong answer. For that, they don't get to live. Kraven takes down most, but the leader escapes, leaving a clue. In London Docklands, the leader arrives, apologizing to Mr. Tagland for delays. To his shock, he has been stepping in his blood all along.
Andre?
The hunter waits for answers, eliminating Andre. That's the only way to leave the hunter's list. At attorney Samantha Hodges' funeral, Calypso delivers a heartfelt speech,
We all know who did this.
mourning her mentor killed by Semyon Chorny's influence. Unnoticed, Kraven watches silently from the shadows. After the funeral, Kraven approaches Calypso, who doesn't recognize him at first. Then, spotting her grandmother's card, she remembers saving him in Tanzania. Kraven reveals he's been watching over her and avenged Samantha. Semyon Chorny is dead.
I already did.
Shocked yet relieved, Calypso confirms it on the news. The next day, Calypso and Kraven meet again. She confronts him, asking why he takes the law into his own hands.
It's my way of saying thank you for saving me.
Kraven responds that he did it for her as gratitude for saving his life. Calypso admits it wasn't the right approach but confesses relief that Semyon Chorny is gone.
So you're the hunter.
Their conversation deepens, and Calypso learns Kraven is the vigilante everyone's been whispering about. A lawyer by profession, she warns him about the dangers of his actions. Kraven shares his list of criminals he plans to target and proposes a partnership.
What about a partnership?
Intrigued yet cautious, Calypso agrees to consider it,
Kraven.
realizing their worlds might collide in unexpected ways.
Go!
Elsewhere, Alexei plays with his dog, Razja. When news reaches him about Semyon Chorny's death at the hands of the hunter, he jokes at first but freezes, realizing he's next on the list.
Can be found.
Alexei arranges a meeting with Semyon Chorny's partners, seeking one ally among them.
One of you will be my partner.
The Russian gang dismisses him as a nobody,
They call me the Rhino.
mocking his Rhino nickname. As Alexei prepares to prove his strength, he's abruptly gunned down. To their shock, Alexei rises, his skin transforming into solid rock, effortlessly removing the bullets. His snipers swiftly eliminate most of the gang, leaving two alive. Only one would become his chosen partner. On the other side, Dmitri, now running a bar, entertains guests by mimicking musicians. When his father, Nikolai, visits, Dmitri dedicates a Tony Bennett song to him. Nikolai, despite enjoying the music, remains distrustful of everyone. After Semyon Chorny's death, Nikolai seeks alliances with Chorny's dealers.
He is gone.
However, Rhino secured them first and sends assassins after Nikolai.
The little deal.
Nikolai defeats the assassins,
Get up.
while Dmitri hides under his piano, surviving but angering his father. Nikolai scolds him harshly, demanding strength and courage, insisting he needs a fighter for a son, not a coward.
I need fighters.
Rhino learns their assassins failed, and Nikolai survives. His partner shares a pen drive revealing Kraven's identity as Sergei Kravenov, Nikolai's son.
I'm Sergey. This is kind of very real.
Rhino escalates plans, enlisting a foreigner to join the hunt for Kraven.
Figure out what.
The foreigner arrives at the Russian prison to investigate but is confronted by a guard. With a piercing gaze, he compels the guard, using his gun, shooting him down.
I'll be seeing you.
On the move, Kraven sneaks into a building, avoiding the main entrance. Inside, it seems empty, except for someone in the shower. He surprises his brother Dmitri, celebrating his birthday. Dmitri insists Kraven dress up for their two-person party, trading casual for a suit. On their way, Kraven exposes a man's secret, revealing a woman's perfume scent on him. During the birthday dinner, Dmitri vents about their father's harsh treatment.
Hey man, why would you want to be anybody but yourself?
Kraven advises him to ignore it and stay true to himself.
I'm glad I didn't miss the party.
Unexpectedly, their father arrives, uninvited yet unwilling to miss his son's birthday gathering. Carrying a bottle of wine, he joins in, blending smoothly. They share a drink and exchange heartfelt words, addressing lingering issues between them. That night, Kraven takes a drunk Dmitri back to his apartment. Dmitri urges Kraven to let go of guilt. As they sleep, Kraven struggles to rest. He quietly leaves and finds a more comfortable place to sleep. Kraven rushes into the elevator, despite the fellow refusing to hold it.
I tried to hold it for you. No, you didn't.
Arriving at the apartment, he finds it in disarray, and Dmitri is missing. To his shock, Dmitri is being kidnapped, prompting Kraven to immediately chase after them. Dmitri is rendered unconscious inside the truck. Kraven catches up, knocks the truck off balance, and climbs aboard from the outside. Kraven is knocked off the truck but quickly recovers and catches up, fighting back. Resisting in a frenzy, he's struck by a metallic tower in the sea, losing the trail.
Is that something I can help with?
After the incident, Kraven rushes to Calypso's law firm. He's interfered by the security, but Calypso steps in, claiming he's her client. She scolds him for his appearance, but Kraven explains he's searching for the people who kidnapped his brother. With her connections, Calypso promises to help him get Dmitri back.
And we will get him back.
Kraven meets his father, who already knows the Rhino kidnapped Dimitri after receiving a cut-off finger. The kidnappers demand 20 million in 48 hours, but Nikolai refuses, fearing it would show weakness.
You're a drug dealer.
He accuses Kraven of abandoning Dimitri when he needed him most,
Abandon him.
and also being there when Dimitri was taken but failing to stop the attempt. Kraven feels disappointed in his father.
Take these.
The mercenary tries to keep Dimitri safe, but Dimitri scuffles, ultimately forced to comply. Calypso meets her secret agent, learning Dimitri's location in a monastery in Ankara. She's warned not to contact him again.
We'll see.
Unbeknownst to her, it was a coup for the foreigner to set up a trap for Kraven and eliminates the agent afterward. The Rhino alerts mercenaries while Calypso informs Kraven of the location.
Thank you for this.
In northern Turkey, Kraven arrives at the monastery, silently taking down mercenaries. He sneaks past 2 guards, blending in the shadows. As he eliminates another, the mercenary yells, alerting others. Chaos erupts.
It's him.
Knocking everyone out in a frenzy, a missile from the Rhino's mercenary crushes the building, intended to kill Kraven. The foreigner investigates the scene later, but interfered by the police, he uses illusions and quashes them all at once. The Rhino reveals Dimitri, who has just arrived at his place.
We met once.
They met during the safari in Tanzania, but Dimitri doesn't remember due to his age. The Rhino explains that Kraven, not Dimitri, is the target. He shows Dimitri a video revealing Kraven's identity as Sergei. Dimitri doesn't believe it, thinking he knows his brother better. The Rhino plans to strike Kraven quickly before Kraven comes for him.
So I went after him first.
Believing Kraven died, the mercenary forgets to check his back before recording. After taking them down, Kraven warned Calypso about the trap. The Rhino's mercenaries were coming for her. She quickly packed and left for the safe location.
I call this my feed bag.
The Rhino treats Dimitri kindly, sharing his struggles of being belittled, even by Dimitri's father, Nikolai. A painful transformation by a doctor turned him into the Rhino, requiring liquid medicine in his feed bag to stay human. He proposes a partnership, but Dimitri refuses, unwilling to betray his family despite their differences. To their surprise, Kraven is still alive and he is here.
He's here.
Fortunately, it's the foreigner who arrives in style. Freezing everyone and slip by unnoticed, impressing the Rhino, who promises to pluck out his eyes next time.
Relax.
Calypso meets Kraven, and they retreat to his jungle sanctuary. Unfortunately, they're now being hunted.
What is happening right now?
This friendly duel reveals their bond since the leopard's youth, leaving Calypso stunned and speechless.
But who is Kraven to you?
The Rhino questions the foreigner's obsession with Kraven. The foreigner reveals Kraven killed his mentor, Semyon Chorny, in prison.
You found one.
Driven by revenge, he's uncovered Kraven's hideouts and won't rest until justice is served. In Kraven's sanctuary, Calypso examines his research and weapons, impressively wielding a bow, recalling summer camp training. As they discuss his chemical research, Kraven admits he's trying to recreate the potion that healed and strengthened him but failed.
Tell me about this.
He seeks the formula from Calypso, who reveals the bad news. It died with her grandmother after their time in Tanzania. She refuses to share their ancestral secrets, distrusting what the potion created in Kraven.
The Rhino's on the move.
Just then, her secret agents inform her that the Rhino is on the move, sparking immediate tension and urgency. Surely, the foreigner explains to the Rhino a bit about the illusion chemicals that will slow down Kraven.
I like your style.
Before attacking, the Rhino tries to persuade Kraven to spare him and form a partnership, or he'll die. Kraven hangs up, not negotiating with criminals.
Okay.
The Rhino proceeds and orders his mercenaries to hunt Kraven down. Kill him or don't return. Kraven suits up in war armor, readying his weapons for the battle ahead. The leopard strikes, vanishing, and Dimitri escapes. Kraven finds and retaliates with their own deadly traps. The Rhino, disappointed in his mercenaries, improvises with a chopper dropping explosives. Distracted, Kraven is tranquilized, overwhelmed by illusions of his worst fears. The foreigner is highly skilled in illusions. As Kraven attacks, he disappears, tranquilizing him with more doses and managing him accordingly. The foreigner defeats Kraven, preparing to shoot him.
I thought that would be harder. 2.
Instead, the foreigner is shot in the eye, but he releases the bullet, making mercenaries believe Kraven is dead. The archer is none other than Calypso, who comes to Kraven's rescue, giving him the ancestral potion that grants him strength, even though she had previously lied to him, saying it was no longer available. The Rhino receives the good news and celebrates,
Kraven's dead.
unaware Kraven is a legend who never dies.
Get him in the car.
Dimitri is returned to the vehicle, and they begin their journey, planning to target Nikolai next. Unfortunately, their journey is to be interrupted by migrating buffaloes. The Rhino activates protection mode, preparing for impact. Kraven joins the fight, leading to an epic clash of titans in a fierce melee. The Rhino challenges Kraven to a final combat duel, sealing their intense rivalry. As the Rhino closes in, Kraven overlooks his exposed weak point. Kraven finally defeats his foe with the help of the buffalo. In his final breath, the Rhino reveals that Kraven's father gave him the prison video, exposing his abilities. Dimitri wants to end the Rhino's life for good, but Kraven stops him, urging him not to stain his hands with anyone's blood. However, the Rhino eventually succumbs. In northern Russia, Kraven tracks down his father, Nikolai, who admits he set him up to eliminate the Rhino, seeing him as competition. Despite Kraven never revealing his full abilities, Nikolai always knew what his son was capable of and expected him to defeat the Rhino.
You would not go after him for me.
Kraven isn't surprised, but is deeply concerned about his brother, Dimitri, who was kidnapped as a result. Nikolai knows Kraven would never let harm come to Dimitri. Faced with a hard choice, Kraven realizes his father is the mastermind behind all drug dealers and criminals.
After everything you've done,
He leaves him with an empty gun, setting him up to be crushed by a bear. A year later in England, Dimitri is at his club, doing what he does best. Kraven arrives for Dimitri's birthday. Dimitri thanks Kraven for always being there, then mentions a doctor who changed his life.
I found a doctor.
Kraven is surprised to see Dimitri with secret agents and discussing certain deals. Dimitri, feeling betrayed, blames Kraven for their father's death, calling him worse than their father ever was. He tells Kraven that he is also just hunting trophies for himself. Kraven pulls Dimitri back. To his surprise, Dimitri transforms into him, revealing he's a chameleon. The doctor amplified his abilities.
I've always been a chameleon.
Dimitri now aims to take over their father's drug business.
It's all just there.
Kraven knows he can't let him go down this path. Later, Kraven finds a note from his late father, urging him to accept who he truly is. Despite their differences, they are the same, great hunters. Kraven puts on a vest of the lion that transformed him, embracing the strength it gave him. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and let us know where you're watching from in the comment section. Your support is greatly appreciated, my dear friend. Feel free to click on the next video. Thank you.